Hi there. Real quick before we jump into the episode. If you enjoy this episode, or any of the other episodes, be sure to give us a follow or subscribe. It would also be great if you shared it with a friend, or better yet, left a review so others can know how awesome it is. Thanks so much. And now, the episode.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome to the Press Start Leadership Podcast, the podcast about game-changing leadership, teaching you how to get the most out of your product and development team and become the leader you were meant to be. Leadership coaching and training for the international game industry professional. Now, let me introduce you to your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Christopher Mifsud.
Welcome back, Press Starters. Thanks for being with me today and always being awesome. This week, we are discussing values and fear. First up is, what do you value? A guide defining your defining value as a leader. As a human being and a leader, it's important to have a solid set of core values. Values define who we are and how we operate day to day. While we all have underlying values, most of us don't document them and put them out in the world. But that's incredibly important. Not only does writing down your values create credibility and consistency, it defines your commitment. With these cornerstones, you hold yourself accountable, much like a business or organization does with its core values. For instance, if you have a big decision coming up and you're unsure of what to do, go back to your values and see where it fits in. If you're unclear on what your values are, have no fear. I'm going to walk you through it. I've done the following exercise in numerous ways over the years and come back to it often, as it's important to define, redefine, and reevaluate your values over time. Whether you're doing some growing and changing, or tackling your values for the first time, these 5 steps help you define them. Step 1. Quickly write down 5 values that are important to you. Jot down the first things that come to mind. Don't stress too much about it. This is not your final answer. Step 2. Ask 3 friends and or coworkers to describe you with 3 adjectives. Sometimes asking open-endedly on Facebook can be good for this. Most people are not afraid to share their opinions. Step 3. Think of 3 role models you admire and write down 3 of their positive values. You should have 9 values total, although there may be some overlap here. If possible, find different ways to describe similar values, as some words may resonate with you more than others. Step 4. Think of parents, teachers, or other mentors. Choose at least 2 you admire and repeat step 3. You should have at least 6 values, but if you have more, great. Kudos to you for being surrounded by awesome people. Step 5. Take a look at all of the values you have written down, individual, role models, and mentors. And think about what you want your values as a leader to be. Write down the 5 values you think are most important. Remember, these could be aspirational. They don't have to be things you already embody perfectly. They should be symbols of what defines you and how you wish to lead your life. Don't stress. Just choose what feels right for right now. We all grow and change, and your values can grow and change along with you. Step 6. Now it's time to share. Sharing your values builds trust and connection. So I post my values, along with my personal mission statement, on LinkedIn. That way, both my employers and employees know what I stand for. Open mindfulness, kindness, positivity, lightheartedness, and confidence. This helps me land new job opportunities with companies I align with and avoid those I don't. And it allows my employees to call me out if I'm not living up to them. If that happens, it's a good reason for me to take a look at my actions and adjust them, or to update my values if necessary. All right, and that was a guide defining your defining values as a leader. Now let's discuss Fear is the Mind Killer, 7 ways to combat anxiety and be more present. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Frank Herbert, Dune. Fear is common. We've all been afraid to take risks, make decisions, and create the change we need at certain points in our lives. Fear and anxiety are a natural part of the human experience. I used to have frequent anxiety myself, even panic attacks. It took a lot of practice, devotion, and determination to combat them. And I say combat, not defeat, because I still have my anxious moments. While I may not have conquered anxiety for good, I have done my best through meditation and living in the moment. Here are some techniques I've learned in my travels that help combat fear and anxiety, allowing one to be more present, or as Ram Dass says, be here now. Ongoing practices for being more present. 1. Yoga. Yoga is my favorite practice for being present, as it emphasizes physical awareness, breath work, and the importance of stepping onto the mat. 2. Tai Chi and Qigong. While not the same, both are movement-based practices, medically proven to reduce stress and improve strength and balance. 3. Meditation. Great for calming the mind, learning to focus, and staying on task. Just 10 minutes per day is enough to begin changing your mental habits. 4. Running. I hear this is a great one, but I don't do it, unless it's away from a large bear. In the moment practices for anxious moments. 1. The 4-7-8 breathing technique. Originally derived from yoga, this method of breathing creates a sense of calm in the body. It works just like it sounds. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Repeat until the anxiety passes. I'll include a link in the liner notes for you. 2. Do a task with your non-dominant hand. This is a fun one. I learned this from my yogi in India. Pick an everyday task like brushing your teeth or combing your hair and do it with your opposite hand. If you're right-handed, use your left. It helps you concentrate and stay in the moment, which is difficult to do these days. 3. Do a task with intention. This is similar to the last one, only more reliant on the mind. Choose an everyday task, like washing your hands or eating your lunch, and do it with pure intent and focus. Remove distractions like your cell phone or television, and simply do the task while focusing on nothing but that task. What is it like to appreciate the flavors and textures of your food? To feel the soap on your hands? We become so used to the path we take that our routine becomes a blur, and we forget to stop and smell the flowers. This is often part of the reason we feel so anxious in the first place. Slow down. Take notice. Appreciate the intricacies of life. Observe the cracks in the sidewalk. Heed the small details. And really look around. Next time you feel anxious or become obsessed with an outcome, take a deep breath and remember there's nothing to fear but fear itself. All right, and that's this week's episode of Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thanks for listening this week, and please be sure to give it a like, follow, and a share. And as always, thanks for being awesome. If you haven't downloaded my free ebook, 5 Heroic Leadership Skills, click on the link in the description. Tune in next week for your next episode of Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thank you. Oh, hi there. The episode's over, but thanks for sticking around till the end. If you're on the quest to elevate your team's leadership, production, or game design capabilities, I'm here to assist. Leveraging extensive experience and a strategic approach, I offer personalized audits, bespoke workshops, and leadership retreat facilitation to drive your team toward excellence. My commitment is to provide efficient, reliable, and proven support, ensuring you have the tools and insights needed to thrive. Ready to unlock your team's full potential and achieve unparalleled success? Don't hesitate to press start on your journey to transformation today. Feel free to reach out directly to discuss how we can tailor a solution to meet your unique needs and goals. Let's connect and take your team's performance to the next level.